You're watching Fox 45 Morning News. All local, all morning.
Well, if you're thinking about divorce, maybe because of the friends that you keep. The latest information from a Pew Research study shows divorce is contagious. Psychotherapist Terrence Alspaugh from Family Solutions of Maryland is here to break down the study and give us the quick tips on how to avoid the big D. Terrence, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Tom. It's good to be here.
Now, you were able to see Pew Research studies on this, and we were just talking about Framingham.
Yeah, Framingham, Massachusetts, outside of Boston.
Right, it's where the study came from. 5,000 people in this, roughly a little bit more than that. 75% more likely to get divorced if it's somebody in your family or a friend. So, do you buy that, or do you think they're just spinning the numbers here?
I think they're spinning the numbers.
Okay.
This research has been conducted over 5 decades, and the particular marriage statistics that they draw are over a 30-year period.
Okay.
So I think one of the questions to ask is what else is going on in our society over that 30-year period. Is there less stigmatization for being divorced? I remember as a kid when my own parents divorced, you didn't talk about it. That was something that you were sort of ashamed of. But fortunately, we've come a long way in recognizing that sometimes there are reasons why people divorce. It's not a disease. The article is entitled, "Is Divorce Contagious?" That makes me really uncomfortable because divorce is the legal dissolution of a relationship between two people. It's not a disease. If we frame it as a disease, then that means we're going to avoid divorced people like they have leprosy or something like that. Like a plague, yeah. And that makes me very nervous. I think it's important to be encouraging and supportive of people in rough times in their lives.
So if you are going through it, it's a fine balance there. So how do you, what are the top reasons why people divorce?
Well, one of the most important reasons is infidelity, but interestingly, when you look at the statistics, some studies indicate that 65 to 75% of married people can survive an extramarital affair. It's hard for them, takes a lot of work, a lot of time to restore trust, but if they persevere and they get help, a year or two later, they're usually thankful that they've stuck it out. As a matter of fact, there is good research that shows that 5-year studies after divorce, anywhere from 1/3 to 2/3 of the people interviewed and asked the question, are you glad now 5 years afterward that you divorced? 1/3 to 2/3 say no. They wish they had worked harder at their marriage and wonder if they could have made it.
Well, that's I know that you have given us some tips too on how to do it, and we won't be able to get to that in this segment. So what I want to do is make sure that people have that available to them. We're going to put that on our social media sites as well. Great. But Terrence, thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome.
And of course, anyone that has any questions, Family Solutions of Maryland.com. And you can find you right there, and you've been dealing with this, and those tips are on there as well.
All right, thank you very much, Tom.
Terrence,
good to be here.